Hello, angels. Welcome back to the Cosmic Taylor. If you're new here, hi, I am Taylor, here to tailor you to your highest timeline. I just realized my necklace is tucked in. There we go. How are you? I hope you're doing well, angels. I'm doing kind of okay today. I mean, it was a very slow morning because I got up really late. I haven't had breakfast yet, and it's like 3 o'clock. I haven't started any of the laundry I need to start, and I haven't gotten to any of the dishes I need to do, but I still have time. There's still time. And I mean, in that same breath, I've also done a lot today. I made my coffee, brushed my hair, did my makeup, got dressed. I made my bed, which is all done. I was doing some of the art that I needed to do. I did a different reading before this, so you know, I'm doing pretty good. I think I'm doing pretty okay for today. I think I'm doing all right. The Emperor in the reverse. Interesting. Oh yeah, we want to do a pick a jar reading today. Oh my god, my focus is a bit scattered, it seems. Angels, ancient ancestors, universe, spirit guides, higher self, Mother Earth, God, divine beings, highest light. What message did you want to come through today? I'm hearing confirming questions. Okay. So, Spirit wants you to write down at least 3 to 5, even more if you have more, questions that you would like answered within this reading, and this reading will give you those answers. Trust your intuition. When you feel like that was an answer, go pause, go back to your questions, read the questions, and figure out which answer, like, what the answer applies to, and journal about it. Okay, this is really, really interesting. Okay. What are you sitting on that's ready to be shared? Okay, collective. Okay, collective. Excuse me? Excuse me? 222 on the timer. That's... Ooh. This is scary for me. This is scary reading. Scary reading. Tay is scared. Tay is not excited. Tay is scared. Oh no. This is a long time coming. Oh my gosh, 246 on the timer, and we have the Ace of Wands with the Queen of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords, both of the aces being in the reverse. Interesting. Yeah, it's like, oh, split right onto the world. Okay, so with the Emperor in reverse being out here too, collective, you are really like, there's two sides of this, okay? There's you're either group A or group B, right? Type A, type B. Either A, you are over controlling and forcing perfection into whatever you are creating or making in this time, or B, you are being really relaxed and not actively striving towards putting out the things that you have been creating and not building an actual solid foundation, 333 on the timer, for the things that you are creating right now. Which, neither of those are bad, okay? You need to know and understand that you're not bad or you're doing anything wrong, okay? You're not on the wrong path, you're not on the wrong timeline. You are doing the right things, you're just not taking the right action, that's all. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh. That was like the most weird shuffle I've ever done. Ooh, the World in the reverse with the White Newman in the reverse. The White Newman is this kind of, it's a friggin' exclusive card for this deck. It's the White Newman Tarot, a Sacred Animal Tarot, which, very good deck. This is the second deck I've ever owned, and it's my favorite. I love it. It's not my favorite, like, because all of my decks are my favorite. I love all my decks. But, like, it does hold a very, very special place in my heart. Okay. With both of those coming out in the reverse, though, that shows me that you're really, like, you kind of are fighting your path out of fear of rejection, out of fear of mediocrity, out of fear of and pain and suffering of things that you've experienced before. You don't want to subject yourself to the things that would be you would be subjecting yourself to if you put your things out there, if you created and shared the things that you are making in your life. And it's like kind of throwing you out of your divine alignment because you're supposed to share. You could be very mercurial. Your chart could be full of Mercury ruled signs. I'm very mercurial. I have yeah, look at this, the Empress coming out with the Emperor. Yeah, you're not lacking in any way, shape, or form within the creative department. You are not lacking within beautiful stories to be told, with ideas and just things, stories, morals, ideas, thoughts, feelings, etc., 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 that are like, you have a surplus of these things that are making abundant timelines for you. Because the way that I'm seeing it, with the King of Cups upright on the back of the deck, this is actually really good metaphor imagery right here. See how he's like in the middle of the sea and like he's pouring out, there's like a stream of water coming out of his cup. Yeah, I'm seeing the imagery from Steven Universe, where Steven learns about future vision, right? Well, he doesn't learn about future vision, but like he goes to the Big Donut and he sees that Garnet is working the counter, and Garnet is like, "Hi, Steven, what would you like today?" And he was like, "Hi, Garnet, or why do you have a job? Have we fallen on tough times?" And Garnet is like, "No, Steven, we're not broke. I'm here because I want to be random." And she explains how timelines work, in the sense of like, there are the paths that you can see, right? You can't see the future, but you can see the possibilities of the future. That's what she says. She can see the possibilities of the future. It all runs like a stream, or pools into lakes, falls into waterfalls, and etc., etc. In the future, though, there are pools of possibilities that are so far out of what I can see, of the future vision that I have, and I want to tap into those. Those are where I want to go. Those are the things that I want to see. Those are the things that I want to do. Ace of Cups upright. You see that? All of those streams, all of those puddles. Like, there are entire realities that you have like tapped into and dived into. Other people completely being unaware. Let me just really phrase that right now. There are people that don't even realize the things that you've tapped into and the things that you know. There are people that don't even realize that you have gained so many perspectives and understandings of life because you have allowed yourself to live and die in so many different ways in the process of your life. You know what I mean? Of going through and doing things and experiencing and experimenting with life, right? So it's like, one day, for example, let's say you had a coworker or a friend that you worked with. Day one, you were version A of you, okay? You had an experience with a customer, so then you took that and you allowed it to transform you in a way that was productive and helpful for you to gain a grander perspective of life, right? You die. Version A of you dies. This other person, still version A, they look at the situation, they're just annoyed and upset, and they allow that to annoy them and upset them, which transforms them into version B of themselves, right? Day two, you are now version B of yourself. They're version B of themselves, okay? Version A and B of them, the only difference between A and B is anger. The difference between A and B of you is perspective and understanding, right? And so then this goes on for a while, and sometimes this person, they go from B, right? Day two, they're version B of themselves, and you're version B of yourself. You go through another character interaction. Interesting. I'm hearing character building by Aura, AU/RA. Go listen to that song. That could be very significant for you. But you have an interaction with a different customer and you do the same thing. You take it in stride, you take the opportunity to gain perspective, to gain understanding. You become version C of yourself. Version B of this other person, though, they take it and they take more anger. They're just more upset, they're more angry, they're more disgruntled. They stay version B of themselves. Day three, you're version C of yourself, and this person is version B of themselves. And it was like that, where you just kept up-leveling, taking every opportunity that you possibly could to learn, to grow, to gain perspective. I saw 918 on the timer. That number correlates to following your divine path. That's also my birthday. I was made for this. Anyways, so it really is just like that. You know what I mean? It's like with Temperance in the reverse and the King of Cups upright. Yeah, it's like there is something here, 1010 on the timer, that's really significant, where other people were unable to balance themselves out and you were able to find harmony within yourself, right? And in that process, you have learned so much and gained so much information, and you've really freed yourself from these expectations, from these thoughts, feelings, experiences that other people have tried to project on you or force onto you, expecting you to uphold or maintain for the sake of their comfort in their life, their comfortability within their life, i.e., you letting them talk down on you or make mean jokes about you because that's what makes them comfortable and that's what they're used to, but you setting a boundary saying that you're not okay with that anymore, and them being upset about the fact that you set a boundary instead of allowing themselves to reflect on why they think it's okay to make fun of you like that in the first place. You get what I mean? You feel me? I feel like I have a hair on my lips. On my lip. Hello? I feel like I have a hair stuck to my lips. That didn't sound right. Anyways, oh my gosh, yes, the High Priestess with the world. Like, look. You see that? Come on. You see that? Oh. I tried. I failed. Oh well. Yeah, that's kind of just how it went for you. You know what I mean? With the High Priestess in the world, you understood. You gained understanding and you continued going down the path of understanding. And you never stopped. You never slowed down. You never waited. You never held on and held off for other people to join you, because you're like, well, it's my path, it's my journey. I don't need to wait for other people to come up to me in my path on my journey. I need to be able to make progress in my path and my journey the way I need to. If they want to come, they can gladly come with me. If they don't get it, they don't get it. If they do want to learn and understand, then they can have the opportunity of learning from me. But until that day, until they can approach me with that kind of a question, with a kind of genuine curiosity and thirst for understanding, 1212 on the timer, I'm not going to go out of my way to drag them with me, you know? Because, like, you didn't even see it like that. You were just like, I'm just living my life. I'm just living my life. I'm just doing what I need to do in order to get to where I want to go. That's all. And these people, the way that they saw it, they saw you going around trying to, like, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the timer. I'm hearing offer yourself up on a platter, like making yourself easy, like a sacrificial lamb. And apply that however you need to apply it within your own circumstances. But like 1, 2, 4, 8 on the timer, what they weren't understanding was that you were actually just going through exponential growth. Excuse me, confirmation burp. You were just going through the process of learning and growing. And maybe it seemed like you were offering yourself up on a platter for people to take a bite out of, or for people to torment you, be cruel to you, tear you apart. But you were actually just giving them the opportunity to see good, and then taking the opportunity to find good. 1313 on the timer. This is super significant because, my guides are telling me a specific one that I need to start sharing, what I've been sitting on that I need to share. I have a story. It's called The Ghost Journalists, and it's a fun little story about how this kid named Elijah Moore moves into a town, and he is gifted with clairvoyance. He can see, talk to, and interact with spirits, right? And one thing that he was raised to love was to be curious, to ask questions, to do things like you collective, to move forward and take the opportunity to gain grander perspective in life, right? And his father was a journalist, right? And so he became very interested in learning about the stories of the people that could no longer speak for themselves. 1414 on the timer. And he goes through and learns all these things about these people that had passed on but cannot carry on and move on to the veil, right? Or move to the light, however you want to see it, however you view it, whatever you think happens after somebody dies, gets stuck, and then goes beyond. You know what I mean? he learns about their stories and he helps them gain an understanding, a perspective of love and unconditional acceptance, because he himself is like, you have already passed on. There's no justice left to be held here. No matter what you've done before or how you've acted before, there's nothing that I can do to hold you to who you were before. You're dead. That version of you no longer exists. And what I can say is that I have the time and the ability to hear and understand who you are now because of who you used to be. And that's something that he goes and does, right? He gains a bunch of other friends who also have psychic gifts. He goes with all of them throughout the town as they tell him about all the haunted places, and other kids in their class ask him for help because they're dealing with their own hauntings, or like they all have like these kinds of supernatural occurrences that they would like explained, etc., etc. And there's like a huge mystery behind all of it connected to this little town, right? And so it's a super fun story and I love it so much. I think about it all the time. I write about it all the time. I'm building episodes almost every single freaking day. It's my favorite thing in the world. And I wanted to use this story to specifically show people, like, yeah, like, your story matters. Your story matters. Your story matters. Okay? How you've lived, what you've experienced, what you've gone through, what you're going to go through, what you're going to achieve, what you are actively striving for right now, it matters and it's important. And it needs to be shared. You need to share it while you have the chance now, while you're still alive now, while you're breathing, while you're on this planet. You need to share. Share your story. Whether you're like me and you have stories, like you're a storyteller, or you're somebody that has a testimony that needs to be shared. Because what happens if your words, your experience, the things that you went through and the things that you've done are the reason why somebody else continues on? What if your words are the reason why somebody continues? What if your experiences and you sharing them is a reason why someone chooses to not give up today? You have to share. You have to. 1717 on the timer. And yeah, so what? There are going to be people out there that are going to be scrutinizing and that are going to want to tear you down and make you feel bad for who you used to be, or versions of who you used to be, or make you feel bad for existing now with confidence and joy and happiness, and instead of the shame and embarrassment of who you used to be. But truly, those people just want you to feel as bad as they do, and that has nothing to do with you. Exactly. With the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse and the Queen of Pentacles upright, they just want you to miss the opportunity of knowing and understanding that who you are now is worth everything that you've gone through. You know what I mean? Like, how do I phrase this? You didn't go on the journey. Think of it like a hero's journey, like the knight in shining armor, okay? And like the most traditional, like, princess, like, damsel in distress story ever, right? The knight in shining armor goes through the hills, deals with the troll, fights the witch, goes and dies almost 10 million times, kills the dragon, saves the princess, and rides off into the sunset where they get married and live happily ever after, right? He isn't gonna be shamed, or people might try to shame him for going and doing all these things and striving for these things and having the wife that he has, because when he was a child he was a bully or something, you know what I mean? But ultimately he went through the process of earning every single thing that he gained in the end. He fought the oh my gosh, the monsters. That way I was gonna say animals. Hello. He fought the monsters. He got to the princess. He saved her, and she willingly goes with him to live happily ever after, because she sees and understands the value within that man that was willing to go through the entire process of risking his life to make her happy, right? You are the knight in shining armor. You are the damsel in distress. You're the person that gets to save yourself, and you're the person that gets to love yourself for taking you down this journey. You are worth that. You are worth that. Okay? And if people want to hold you accountable for the person that you used to be, they're welcome to do that. The Queen of Pentacles and the World. You are in your Queen of Pentacles energy right now, like hella. But if people want to hold you accountable to who you used to be, they can do that all they want. They can do go for it. They can do that all they want. But ultimately, at the end of the day, you already know the truth. You know that you're no longer that person. You know that you've changed, you've grown. The World is the last card within the major arcana. It's the ending. The end. Happily ever after. The end. You know? It's the ending. And, you know, you can go back and feel ashamed and upset and angry with yourself for who you used to be in the chapters before, but it's over now. And you don't see the point in holding yourself to a standard of being that is lower than where you have grown. You know what I mean? Like, you are no longer that person that might have been a bully. You are no longer that person that might have been mean or cruel. You're no longer that person that was as tormented, tortured, traumatized. You're no longer that person that was in pain all the time. You have grown. You're not in pain anymore. You're not suffering all the time anymore. And you're scared of experiencing that again because of everything that you've gone through. You don't want to deal with that again and put yourself out there only to feel that pain again. But ultimately, collective, that's the end. That story's over. You're not going to avoid pain for the rest of your life. That's only going to cause a numbness that is worse than any pain you could experience. Pain is the evidence of love. Pain is evidence of care. Pain is evidence of joy. You cannot have one without the other. You cannot experience the complete ups in life without having the downs. And that's okay. You can't avoid going down. You can't avoid the valleys, but you know that, and you know that you can find value in the valleys. You're never going to reach a low point like you did before. You have grown too much, you've gained too much, you're too good now. You're just too good now, for real. You're too happy, you're too fulfilled. You're having too much fun with your life on a day-to-day basis. You can't get that low again. You can't. And if you are, just imagine the peak that you're going to reach after that. Imagine the peak that you will reach after getting down that valley and getting through that valley. 2222 on the timer. You're going to reach absolute amazing heights. You have to allow yourself to, though. And you have to understand that you're worth more than the end. You can go again, and you can have another story, and you can make another opportunity for yourself, and you can create something new for yourself, and you can go, and you can go, and you can go, and you can go. You don't have to stay stagnant. You don't have to stay still. And there's never going to be an opportunity that's handed to you to start again. You're the one that has to decide that you're starting again. You're the one that has to give that opportunity to you. The Wheel of Fortune. Exactly. You are moving in divine alignment. Yes, the Star with the Four of Pentacles. You are a blessing. You are a gift. You are a guide. You have things that you can share with the world that will help people realize things about themselves, learn about themselves, grow and change like you have. So do it. Do it. Why not? Why not? What is stopping you? Truly, what is stopping you from doing it? And why? Why is that stopping you? Why is that holding you back? You're too solid. You have too solid of a foundation here. And even though the traumas that you've gone through have been very scary, anxiety-inducing, tormenting, even though the things that you've gone through have literally hurt you in ways that you could never even fully express, you have learned so much. And you have such a great understanding that your foundation is unshakable. It's unshakable. It is unshakable. So, Spirit, what is this collective sitting on that needs to be shared? The Black Newman. Your story, your testimony. The Black Newman talks about how things need to be taken. and things need to be broken down, and you're holding on to a space that no longer fits you, that can no longer supply you. You're holding on to a fate, a destiny, a space that is no longer truly aligned with you. And the Black Newman, with the devil, it's a space of engagement, entrapment. All right? The Black Newman talks about how you need to be willing to allow yourself to be gulped up, soaked up, gulped up by the void, okay? So that when you come out the other end, you are born anew, again, right? Ace of Pentacles, exactly. You, with the 10 of Wands and the 2 of Cups, that is so interesting. You are blinding yourself from the opportunities of new expansion and connection because and by sitting down and not allowing yourself to see the possibilities of goodness, the possibilities of growth, the possibilities of love, the possibilities of stability with other people. Maybe you've been shutting yourself off from people. Maybe you've been forcing yourself to stay away from other people, but Spirit is saying, like, you need to release those burdens and create anew. Start anew. Have a passionate new start. Like, the Ace of Wands coming out with the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. All that's left is the Ace of Swords. Oh my gosh, and I saw the Hermit poking out. Yeah, you've totally been isolating. And it's been kind of getting in the way of you reaching your 10 of Cups, your fulfillment, wish fulfillment. Not in a bad way, just in a way where you haven't really been allowing yourself, or you haven't allowed yourself the possibility of growth and change in a more optimistic, positive way. You know what I mean? The Black Newman, they're scared of losing everything. The White Newman look forward to the new opportunity. That's the difference. That's the difference. Oh. 5 of Cups in the reverse with the 3 of Cups. Yeah, it's crying over spilled milk, friends. Crying over spilled milk. Action requested, and we can't believe. Hello? We can't believe? What? We can't believe in what? What's that about, Spirit? Action requested. I just saw the Ace of Swords. 10 of Cups in the reverse with the Strength card upright. Yeah, you're allowing, like, the things that you've experienced to get in the way of you being able to experience new things. King of Cups in the reverse with the 4 of Cups in the reverse. And I feel like you're very aware of this. You know, you are aware of this. You are well aware of the fact that you are not willingly allowing yourself to say the things that you want, to admit the things that you want, to tell people about what you really want to do and where you want to go. 10 of Swords in the reverse, the Moon in the reverse. Like, it's all exposed. Other people can't see it very well. We have the Queen of Swords. Hello? What's happening here? Hello? Okay, that was weird. The Hermit with the King of Pentacles in reverse. Exactly. It's all very obvious and clear, at least to you. I'm not sure about other people, because with the Black Newman, that is very shrouded energy. It does definitely feel like it's concealed, like you're hiding things to protect yourself. King of Pentacles in the reverse with the Hermit. Yeah, and it's throwing you out of your true divine alignment and stability within yourself, you know? You are the Queen of Pentacles, but there's also the King of Pentacles, and you need to master both energies if you want to master the Pentacle energy. 6 of Cups and its general energy. Like, you just keep thinking back on the things that you used to love and the things that used to make you feel good. 6 of Wands. The things that you knew were good for you at the time with the High Priestess. The things that you knew you wanted, and the things that you knew you wanted to tap into and connect with. But, 7 of Swords in the reverse. There's something that you just don't want to admit. You don't want to admit it. You don't want to share. You don't want to tell people. You don't want other people to know. You don't want other people to be in the loop. You'd rather just hold on to the memories that you have and keep moving forward on your own. But Spirit is saying that's too lonely for a divine being like you. That's too lonely for a divine being like you. Like, all of this it's crazy because the star energy, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Four of Pentacles is all getting covered up by all of this mucky energy. Like, who you really are, what you've really achieved, what you really set out to do, it's all getting covered up by this mucky energy, this heaviness, this darkness, with the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse as well. Like, I'm hearing it's like you've worked yourself into a grave. The Tower in the reverse. I mean, not in the reverse, sorry. The Tower upright with the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. What is this? The Nine of Wands. And you don't want to admit that you're still holding out hope. That things are going to work out. That things are going to be okay. That things are going to go the way that you want. It's like you want to control the outcome so badly of how things are going to go the way that you want them to go. But ultimately, Spirit is saying, like, the freedom of the release is what makes the form of expression so fun, so fulfilling. Okay, so what do you think that the collective needs to share right now? What do you think the collective needs to share? What are they sitting on? Okay. We have the Two of Pentacles, Justice. Which way do you want this one, Spirit? Ace of Wands in the reverse, and the Six of Pentacles. Okay. Oh, and there it is, the Ace of Swords with the Queen of Cups. You are very emotionally intelligent. Okay, very emotionally intelligent. Like, emphasis on the emotionally and emphasis on the intelligent. Like, I cannot express to you just how understanding and wise you are. There's something here about Spirit saying that, don't look at my toes. There's something here about Spirit saying that you have something that would really balance out the scales. Really balance out the scales. Like, we have the Two of Pentacles, the Justice, and the Six of Pentacles, and we have, like, scale imagery in all three of these pictures. The Justice and the Six of Pentacles literally holding scales, while the Two of Pentacles is two dogs actively juggling two pentacles. Okay? It's the white Newman and the black Newman. Exactly. See, you have a story here to be told. Like I said, it could be your own testimony. It could be like an autobiography. It could be a story. It could be an animation. It could be a comic. It could be a picture book. It could be a talk, 3232 on the timer. You could, it literally, I grew up Mormon, and like something that you do is you go to church and you do you have a talk and you do a talk, right? Which is just you explaining something that you experienced or went through. Okay. The last talk that I ever did, it was like a really hot day, and I was at my grandma's house. And I was like, Grandma, can we go to 7-Eleven? I want to get a Slurpee. And my grandma was like, absolutely, make sure you get me a cherry flavored Slurpee, okay? You guys can get anything that you guys want, just make sure that you don't spend all of this and blah, blah, blah. I want my change back, right? And so she gives us a $20 bill. I'm like, okay, thank you, Grandma. And I go and I collect all of the cousins that wanted to go, right? Which is like my one older cousin, my, I think it was like my two other cousins. We were similar in age. Then it was what's her name? Well, I'm not going to say any of their names. It was my baby cousin and like one of my older cousins. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with me and 7 with my brother. Yeah, there were 7 of us, right? And we all start walking to the 7-Eleven, right? And as we're walking, we are like chatting, having fun. My oldest cousin is the one that's holding on to the $20 bill, right? And as we're walking and we're going and whatever, we eventually stop because my oldest cousin is like, wait, guys, Oh my gosh, wait, hold on. I'm remembering wrong. We get to the 7-Eleven, we're walking around, we're looking around, and then my oldest cousin looks in her wallet, her purse thing, and she's like, guys, I don't have it. I must have dropped it somewhere. Oh my God, this is so annoying, blah, 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 blah. Like, I swear I had it, and whatever, whatever. And as we all gathered up again and left, as we gathered everything up again and left, I walked and found a private, kind of a secluded space. And I was like, I'm going to pray and ask God to give me, like, and my family the $20 bill back, right? To bring us the money back in whatever way it needs to be, whatever, right? Bro, get out of here. Monitoring spirits like crazy. It's nasty, dude. It's actually gross. Anyways, as I was saying, I knelt down and I prayed and I was like, Heavenly Father, please bless that you will give us the money that we have lost so that we may bring a refreshing drink to my grandmother and we may all enjoy this day and bask in its warmth with a bit more enjoyment and fun, etc., etc., you know, things like that. And I finished my prayer, and then I get up, and my freaking cousin, one of my cousins, like, saw me and watched me, like, pray, and I got up, we walked, and, like, not even 10 steps later, my cousin, my oldest cousin, she was pushing a stroller with my baby cousin in it, and the wheel skidded across the ground, and she looks down, and there was the $20 bill. And so we all were like, yay! And we gathered everything, and then we went to the 7-Eleven, we got all the things, we walked home, and then my cousin like snitched on me and told my grandma about how I prayed for the money and I got it back. And it's like, I think back on that, and part of me is like, it was so coincidental, but then the other part of me is like, no, I really am that powerful. It's tea, dude. It's fucking tea. Anyway, it's things like that. There are so many stories and so many things that you have within you and experiences that you have that can help other people realize, like, the joy, the whimsy, the magic that exists within their own life. And you opening those doors and allowing people to see that you have not always been, like, at the top of your game. You have not always been the most passionate, exciting, loving, kind, happy, etc., kind of person. You have had your ups and downs. You have gone through different experiences that have caused you to cascade to deep valleys, and you've had moments that have shot you up into the highest peaks of your life. But ultimately, it's a gift. It's your gift to share. Your story, your lived experiences, the things that you've gone through, the things that you know to be truth within your own life, you get to decide whether or not you share. You get to decide. And Spirit really, really, really wants you to share. Spirit really wants you to share, whether that's in any kind of art form, like everything that you're scared to share, everything that you are horrified of losing because of you opening the door and of possibilities for other people to see things and know things. 8 of Wands in the reverse. Drop your guard. Ace of Swords, exactly. Drop your guard. You know the possibilities, but ultimately you don't know how it's gonna be. You don't know what's going to become of it. And what happens if the thing that you do brings a lot more joy and a lot more good into the world? With the Sun, what happens if what you share and what you bring brings so much more joy and so much more happiness than what you initially thought? 2 of Wands, and that's the choice. That's the choice. You can either choose to move with your fortune, the wheel of fortune, move with your blessings, move with your divine feminine energy, trust in your divine masculine energy, move with the opportunity that you offer to yourself, and trust in the foundations that you have built for yourself to create and share the reality that you've experienced and the possibilities that are out there. Queen of Wands. Oh, Queen of Wands. You are a gift, and you know you're a gift. 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 Stop doubting in that. Keep trusting in yourself. Yeah, dude. And allow this to be the end. Allow this to be the end. Allow this to be the end. Stop preventing this cycle from ending by choosing to continue to move silently and alone. Move loudly and move with passion and move with yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I saw Knight of Pentacles in this bitch. Yeah, like, instead of moving like you're alone, move knowing that you have you, yourself, and like me, myself, and I. Me, myself, and I. That's 3 bitches in 1. Alright? Like, and you've lived way more lives than that in this lifetime. Okay? Accept defeat. 5 of Swords. Accept defeat. Allow this to be over. I surrender. I accept defeat. I accept defeat. I will be defeated in this territory. I will no longer allow myself to be miserable, sad, and alone and scared because I feel like that. I'm not going to allow myself to stay trapped in this space just because I'm scared of the outcome. I surrender. Show me. I surrender. Show me. Show me what I'm missing out on. Show me what I'm missing out on. Let this be the end. Let the last of this be soaked up by the void. Let the last of this be taken by the darkness so that I may see the light. Anything else, angels? Anything else, spirit? If you are writing a story, share your freaking story. If you're writing a book, share it. Literally, even if it's not finished, like, share paragraphs that you really like, share interactions that you really like, share things that you just, etc., like either on Tumblr or friggin', I don't know, like put it on Instagram or like make a blog, post it there, freaking what is it called, Share Stack or something like that, go there, like 4 of Swords with the Tower. Allow yourself to rest, allow this to crumble, allow this timeline, this time, this story to die, so that you can actually enjoy what's coming. Excuse me. Anyways, is that all, spirit? Ace of Pentacles. New is coming your way. New is coming your way. All you have to do now is accept it. This is a very nice energy, actually. Like, literally, if you have any kind of art, post it. Please. If you have something that you have been sitting on and you really want to share and you really want to show the world what you have, please do it. I would love to see it. Please. Like, if you don't feel like anyone else would want to see it, I want to see it. Show me. Okay? Put your freaking username or your freaking tags down in the freaking comments and I will go and I will check it out and I will look at it and I'll tell you how freaking cool it is and I'll ask you questions. Okay? I'll do it. Don't test me. I am always looking to learn more. I am always looking for more fun, interesting stories. I'm always looking for more inspiration and I know I can find it in you. Okay? All right? Okay? Thank you so much for being here, angels, and for letting me read your energy. If you liked this, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let me know how this resonated with you, and if you feel so called to. I do have my Cash App in the description box below. If you would like to tip me, it is always appreciated, but it's never required. It is never freaking required, okay? You being here is enough. Truly. Thank you so much for being here. I love you so much, and I hope I will see you in the next reading, all right? Bye!